What would be some examples of some ways that people can eat in a way that evens out their blood sugar release?
Yeah, I think, the basic principle is you just want a combination of protein, fat, and fiber.
Hey there, my name is Neha Sangwan. I was trained as a mechanical engineer and then became an internal medicine physician. Don't be too impressed, all that means is I'm a really good Indian child. What surprised me was that at the end of my medical training, when I should have been most excited about my career, I found myself on a very different path, straight to burnout. The good news is, this breakdown became my breakthrough, and my healing journey has inspired me to build my dream job. I discovered my true passion to help awaken people to their personal power and then empower them to live it. Welcome to the TalkRx podcast.
Well, let's get practical for a minute here. You know how sometimes you don't get to plan ahead and sometimes you're starving and all of a sudden you look up and, it's way past time for lunch. So what would be some examples of some snacks, some ways that people can eat in a way that evens out their blood sugar release, right? Like, so they don't get these spikes of high blood sugar and then come crashing down. What are some good snacks that they can just keep handy or keep in the fridge at work?
Yeah, I think, the basic principle is you just want a combination of protein, fat, and fiber. And so some good options are fruit with any type of nut or seed that you like. I like to just slice open an avocado, cut it up, put some salt on it, and eat that. You can also make guacamole or have ready-made guacamole on hand to have with veggies. You could also do that with hummus, buy an organic hummus. Chickpeas are high in something called glyphosate, so it is important that we eat those organic. Glyphosate is a pesticide. Obviously, we don't want to be putting these chemicals in our bodies. Hard-boiled eggs are a good option. Any kind of handful of nuts or seeds is also a great option.
Well, I'm going to add a little bit to what you said. So, when you said we should have fruit, right, with some kind of either a handful of nuts or nut or seed butter with it. One of my favorites, I actually get it straight from their farm, is Riverside Orchard. It's hazelnut and almond butter, and it's like crunchy. So that's one of my favorite. When you do the avocado with some sea salt, I actually just squeeze a little bit of lemon on the avocado with a little bit of sea salt, and I put some sunflower seeds on it. So that's my little twist to it. So let's get practical again. Give me 10 snacks someone can leave in their car, put in their desk to keep them satiated. What would that be?
Okay, so we already talked about the nuts, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, any kind of fruit. Obviously we've gone over the clean 15 and the dirty dozen, so kind of paying attention to those when you're choosing your fruits.
Yeah, paying attention to which ones you need to buy organic and which ones are not as critical to buy organic.
I'm not a lover of bars, but obviously in a pinch, you need them. So Lara bars, there's bulletproof collagen bars, Primal Kitchen bars. You can also take collagen protein and put it in your drink of choice, coffee, tea, or water. There's seaweed snacks that some people really enjoy. There's Mary's Gone crackers is all seeds that's made into a cracker, really tasty. And there's Simple Mills almond crackers that are also great.
Great. And how do you feel about turkey jerky? What do you think?
Yeah, those, or again, organic. I would want organic grass-fed options there, but yeah, they're also great in a pinch.
All right. Well, thanks for those snacks that you told us about. When you were mentioning that you can have hummus or guac, right? Do you need to make your own, or is home, can you buy it at the store really? And if you buy it at the store, what do you need to be looking out for?
Yeah, I'm going to always say homemade is best. But if you do purchase it from the store, you want to buy organic, as we discussed, and minimal ingredients, minimal sugar. Those are going to be the keys, and no matter what it is that you're buying at the store.
So I guess you're gonna, if I was talking about a snack, which I have granola, or I grab, you said grab nuts. One of the things people grab pretty often is granola. Um, how do you make sure that you have granola that doesn't have too much sugar in it?
Again, easy to make. There's all kinds of recipes out there. There is a company, I think the name of the granola is called Paleonola, and basically it's made with nuts and seeds and coconut. So it doesn't have any grains in it for people who are trying to, do low carb. I think the other thing to understand about grains is that they can be moldy. And so that can be problematic. Again, mold can stimulate an immune response in the body and cause inflammation. So sometimes that can be the thing that's causing grains to be a problem. And then grains are just high carb. If you look at the label on those, rice, for example, you're going to see a serving size, which is like a half a cup of rice, 36 grams of carbs, maybe 3 grams of protein and no grams of fat. So a high carb load. And who eats a half a cup of rice? Nobody I know. So you're getting, if you're eating 2 cups of rice, you take that 36 grams of carbs, multiply it by 4, so you're getting over 120 grams of carbohydrates in one meal. So sugar, carbs, important to look at.
So let's talk about intermittent fasting, right? What are your thoughts on it? And give me the best timing, right? For how long you do it. And when you're on intermittent fasting, what liquids, what can you have, what can't you have? So let's just start with what is it? And then we can talk about how long and what you can have while you're on it.
So intermittent fasting is fasting done within a 24-hour period. So basically you're going to shorten the window of eating. So if you do a 16-hour fast, you're going to have an 8-hour window of eating and 16 hours without eating. You can drink water, black tea, black coffee, no milk, no sweeteners, nothing in it. Although one of the things that has sort of been the rage, I'm sure people have heard about, is called bulletproof coffee or bulletproof tea. And basically what you can do is you can add butter and MCT or coconut oil to your coffee. So because it's 100% fat, you're still fasting. You're not impacting the digestive process. And so you basically put the butter, the coconut oil in your coffee, you blend it up and it gets frothy, and people really love it. And it's a great way to extend that fast for people who are struggling with. So 12 hours is the best place to start. And then you can move up from there. So 13 hours is best for cancer prevention. 18 hours is best for mitochondrial health. I would say, a lot of people tend to do the 16-hour fast.
Kind of in the middle.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle. And, but, if you're really struggling with mitochondrial issues, then you do want to push it. But I would go slowly with that. And, it's sometimes helpful to have someone guide you in the process. Yeah. So in terms of, to me, it's been a game changer for many people with regard to health and with regard to a healthy way to lose weight. Really, really helpful.
Well, the way I started it is just made sure I ate dinner by 7 p.m., got done at 8, and then didn't eat anything until the morning at 8 a.m. And it really seemed quite easy. It got a little bit harder when I started to do the 8 p.m. to noon, right? And I started lengthening it. But how often do you recommend that people, intermittently fast?
I think, again, this is going to be an individual thing and something that you might, get help from a practitioner with. But some people do it every day. Some people take the weekends off. Some people do it more sporadically. And, I think finding what works best for you is really the best guide when it comes to this.
Yeah, listening to your body and seeing what you can tolerate.
Exactly. Really important.
So go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that, its benefits are that I talked earlier about the cells cleaning house. This is when that happens. So it just gives the body a prolonged period of time to clean out, rest, clean out, and reset, detoxify, give the body a chance to get ready for its next onslaught of food and chemicals, whatnot. So
Yeah. So why is it best for people to stop eating 3 hours before bedtime? If somebody gets hungry right before bed, what would you be advising them?
well, the 3 hours is really about your brain being able to focus on detoxifying during the night. So you eat, you give yourself that 3 hours of digesting your dinner or your snack, whatever it is, right? And then you go to bed. I again like to say no one size fits all for anything. I personally feel better when I have a snack in that window, in that 3 hour window. I definitely feel like I sleep better. However, it's important, and I probably think that I'm guilty of this, that I'm not taking in enough calories in the course of the day. And so that's why I'm needing a little boost before I go to bed to actually get me through the night. Because I find if I don't do that, then I'm waking up more frequently. Also, if you have, the peaks and valleys that we talked about with blood sugar regulation, that is going to, again, sort of throw the body off, and again, having you sort of craving that sweet, that carb. And so that's maybe why, you're wanting something closer to bedtime. And again, that cycle is just going to really, when your body crashes, it wants those carbs, and carbs help our body make tryptophan. The carbs help the protein get into the brain to make tryptophan, which is needed to make serotonin and melatonin for sleep. So that's why when we talk about snacks before bed, I usually like a little bit of a protein and a fruit, or a little bit of a protein and a carb. So like a fruit and a handful of nuts or seeds is a great snack before bed.